Five. Hello, folks and fans. This is the No Pro Football Show. My name is Bobby. You can watch this on YouTube at No Pro Football Show, or you can get the link on Twitter at NP Football Show. Today, I have my usual special guest. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Go,
Gina.
Jaquan.
Oh, I'm Jay.
Hey, Jay. Hey, Bobby. I'm Gina from the She Talks Football podcast. You can find me on the Undroppables platform, the Undroppables on Twitter at the Undroppables and on their platform. And you can also find my podcast on Anchor at all of the sites where you listen to your podcast and on my She Talks Football YouTube page. And please follow me on Twitter at She Talks Football with one L, at She Talks Football with one L.
All right. We're gonna start this show off today with some scores from this past week. It was, by the way, it was a really good game this
Yep.
past weekend. Um, Washington beat the Giants 30-29. Man, you can't get any closer to that. The Raiders beat the Steelers 26-17.
How about that, Steeler fans?
49ers beat the Eagles 17-11. That is an odd score for a football game.
Defense.
Yeah, that Eagles defense did look good. Browns beat the Texans 31-21. The Broncos beat the Jaguars 23-13. I'm going to have to say that I'm not impressed with the Jaguars quarterback. I'm not. I don't see what all of the hype is about. Granted, it's a small picture of what he could do, but I'm just not seeing. And the fact that he doesn't have a lot of talent around him necessarily, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see what the hype is about, but maybe we will by midseason. Panthers beat the Saints 26-7. Rams beat the Colts 27-24. Bills beat the Dolphins 35-0. Did either of you guys see that coming?
Nope,
Nope.
not at all.
Not even close.
So, like, what happened? Either was it so let me put it this way. Was it the Dolphins or was it the Bills?
They
Like
made a
It's
lot of.
both.
It was both, but the Dolphins made a lot of mistakes, and Tua got hurt like I think second quarter or something like that. So they had like Jacoby Brissett playing the rest of the game.
Okay, so was it, nobody thinks that Jacoby Brissett is talented?
I mean, from what I can remember of him, he was, but he still, I don't know how long he's been on the team. Does he know the offense down there already? Has he been the backup for a few
I
years? I don't know.
No, because he was with the Colts last year.
Oh, okay. So he's still struggling to learn the
He's learning it right. He came in cold,
the
I mean,
offense.
backup quarterbacks, that's their job to back up, obviously. But when you come in, you're still cold. You haven't been taking any snaps with the first team in practice. So I mean, considering that, I mean, he was 24-40 for 169 yards, one interception. It's not great, but I mean, I've definitely seen worse.
They're
It was
just going to have to make some decisions down there because apparently, I mean, you can't. I mean, rib injuries like they hurt. Thank God nothing is cracked. They said, but it hurts. It's very hard to play with your back hurting. Your ab like anything in the trunk area. You use your trunk for everything: standing, sitting, lying down. Like whatever you do, you're using your trunk. So to try to play with your ribs hurting now, I do recall one particular quarterback who did that for some time. One named Drew Brees, and it was somebody else who played. Was it Flacco? Did his ribs
what
get
I
injured?
but I think it has to also do with what, like, it might be something, a little different with his. But I was thinking about the breathing. Like there's a when you're out
Everything
there,
hurts.
Yeah, like
Everything
that's
hurts. Yeah, to breathe, to
yeah.
take in a deep breath hurts. So I'm not. It, you need pain medicine when your ribs hurt. Like, honestly, I don't see how he's going to play for at least several weeks. And then after that, it'll still probably take some time. He'll just have to work through the pain. But yeah, I don't know. So it's not getting off to a good start for Tua with him, dealing with the issue. I mean, they drafted him thinking, that things were going to get better.
Well,
So
he went 1 for 4 for 13 yards before he went up.
right. So I don't know. In Miami, I feel like the Dolphins were on task to do very well this season, but I don't know how you do that without a decent quarterback who's at least not going to hurt you. And that's if you have a great running game and great defense that can, take up the mantle. So it's a couple of teams out here is looking real shaky right now that really had a lot of potential. And those two for me are the Dolphins and the Colts are good teams, but shaky at the quarterback position, and I'm just not sure what's going to fall out for them.
This would be a good time to go look for. I know you think about to say
They're
Cam, not
not.
Cam.
Oh,
Huh?
who?
What'd you
Who?
say?
Who?
What was the Texas quarterback? Well, Deshaun Watson. This
Dude,
would be
I
a
don't
good
even
time to
know why
make
you
that deal.
brought that up. I don't even know why you
This
brought
would
that
be a
dude is
great
not going
time
to
to make
play.
that
He's
deal.
not going to
Why
play
wouldn't he?
this season.
We don't know that.
Yes, we
We definitely don't know
do.
that.
They're just going to let him sit on the bench and be quiet and try to stay out the limelight.
Well, he doesn't want to play for them, so they may as well go ahead and get something for him.
I don't think that they're going to. I don't think the Texans are going to trade him because what they're asking for is like, who's going to pay that? And even after he gets there, because he still has pending legal issues,
I get that.
like
Okay,
what's going to happen?
you're the GM in Miami. You wouldn't give up two first round draft picks for Deshaun Watson.
I don't know because I don't. How do you get past the optics of this situation? I just don't know how you get past the optics of it. I don't. I don't. Mm-mm. And especially in the day and time that we're living in today, how do you get past the PR nightmare that comes along with Deshaun? He is a great football player, but right now that dude has the scarlet A on him, and I just don't see how you get past until something has been decided legally, which will then allow the NFL to make some decisions based off of what the legal decisions are. I don't know how that happens. I really don't.
What
So
about you, Jaquan? If you're the GM, do you do it?
No, I wouldn't do it not now. Yeah, it's same thing she said. Like he got that pending thing on his back, so no one's going to sign him right now. And actually, the Dolphins was one of the teams who was looking into him prior to the trade. So they definitely, I don't know. I don't think they're going to do it yet. They're just going to have him sitting on the bench and ride it out for the season, see what happens.
Right.
Tyrod Taylor's hurt. They're not even starting him because Tyrod Taylor's hurt. So, like,
Well, he doesn't want to play, so they wouldn't be able to start him anyway. Patriots beat the Jets 25-6. Patriots have a good defense over there.
I don't know what team did they play last week? Because the Jets,
They
my
didn't
bad,
play a
Chiefs
great. I
fans.
don't think it was a great team last week either. I
Did they
can't
they played
play
the
the
remember.
Dolphins.
Jaguars?
They played the
Oh, it was
Dolphins.
the
Oh,
Dolphins.
it
Yeah,
was
it
the
was the Dolphins.
Dolphins. Okay.
Yeah. Bears beat the Bengals 20-17. That was actually a pretty interesting game.
Barely. They barely beat them.
Yeah. The Bengals. I'm not sleeping on them.
Mm-mm.
Bucks beat the Falcons 48-25. I
Okay,
mean,
that score should have been wider than that.
true. And the Bucks haven't been tested yet, but they might be getting tested this week against the Rams, or they might not because I'm not big on the Rams either. So we'll see. Cardinals beat the Vikings 34-33. Again, can't get any closer than that.
Yeah, the Vikings tried to come through on that one.
Titans beat the Seahawks 33-30.
That's
That
the
was actually a good
one.
game. That was a
That's
good
Yeah,
the
that
game.
was.
one.
I cannot believe that the Seahawks defense let them come back like that and win the
I
game.
cannot. I was shocked.
Well, let me rephrase that. I could believe it, but that's just not supposed to happen that way.
Right, but once you can get Derrick Henry going, like he's the linchpin to that offense.
No, he's not. The offensive line is the linchpin, not Derrick Henry. I'm going to
Okay,
stick
well
to that.
he's the connection to the linchpin to the offense. Like whatever. When you get Derrick Henry going, then there's a good chance the Titans can win. Somebody, whoever they played last week, shut Derrick Henry down.
The
But he
Cardinals.
he was able, right, but he was able to get going out of the backfield and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, once he can get going, things are going to turn around. And let's face it, the Seahawks do not have, they no longer have the Legion of Boom, Doom, or whatever it was. They don't have that. Whatever it is, they're missing all the on their defense.
Right now, they have the Legion of Gloom.
So they just don't have that. And to me, that was the key, along with Russell Wilson. Like, we know that they don't have an O-line, and they haven't had an O-line. But having a great mobile quarterback he was great mobile-wise and a great passer. They had great wide receivers. They had a run, and they had a defense. But now without that defense, and you still don't have an O-line, yeah, you still got some running game and some passers, but you need that defense, and it's going to continue to be a struggle for the Seahawks until either they get that O-line together or they get a better defense or both. But
Well, they definitely need to do the O line regardless of the defense. But they to me, on defense, the Rams and the Seahawks are pretty much the same. They have two great players on their defenses and think that their defenses are the greatest. Now, the Rams defense plays a little better than the Seahawks defense, but it's just everything is based around those two players, and that's not
the
going to
Rams
work.
have better defense. I don't know why you keep saying that.
I
Rams
said
are
they,
top 10.
I said they play a little bit better than the Seahawks.
You said a little bit better. Rams are top.
Yeah,
They
because
were
the
top
Seahawks
5,
defense
I
started
believe,
off good in
defense
the first
last
half
year.
of that game. Well, yeah, but their schedule was weak. Check the schedule. Cowboys beat the Chargers 20-17.
Oh, you were happy about that. Look at the smile on his face.
A lot of people were
Jay.
hating on my boys. They were hating.
Nobody
They're
hating on those dogs.
Somebody on this podcast said in the beginning of the season that they were not going to beat the Chargers.
That wasn't me.
That person
I
wears a
said
lot
that?
of black and yellow. Yes, you did.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember. Ravens beat the Chiefs 36-35.
Woo! Woo!
Again, you
Woo!
can't get any
Away,
closer than that either.
away.
Packers beat the Lions 35-17. I don't know what happened to
Man.
the Lions in the second half. Like
That game started off like
disappeared.
it was going to be a real. I was like, okay, Lions, okay, I
Right.
see you
And
out here.
then-
They were keeping up score from score, and all of a sudden, it was like next thing I looked up, it was 35-17. I'm like, when that happened?
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't. They started off well, and then I don't know what happened. I heard people blaming.
I think it was
Jared
Aaron
Goff.
Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers was playing in the first half. He was like, it's Sunday night. Let me just make it look like it's going to be a good game. I really think Aaron was playing. And then the second half, he was like, all right, boys, let's just go ahead and play and get this over with. I really feel like Aaron was playing games with them for real.
I think it was a different Aaron. I think it was Aaron Jones that got them going in that route. I definitely think it was Aaron Jones.
I mean, definitely.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. What is that? What does he say? That's a bad man. But I mean, I think it was Aaron Jones. So we're gonna do our top of the week.
Okay,
of
wait.
this week.
We're not going to actually talk about the Raiders Steelers.
Excuse me, like you could have said it when I mentioned the score. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I would like to have an explanation from
the Steelers fan
from Jaquan on here. And I'm not saying you were one of the fans that do it, because you're actually one of the cooler Steeler fans that I know of. So I'm not putting it on you. But what I'm saying is, my personal experience was when we lost to the Raiders last week, it was like all of this. How y'all lose to the Raiders? Like y'all see, y'all ain't got this. Y'all lost to the Raiders. Like what was your excuse? You lost that game. And then we turn around, we ain't even give excuses about what we had injuries. This, I ain't even bother going through all that hoopla. It's like you need to win with what you got. But then we come around like 7 days later, well, technically 6 days later, and I see a team struggling against the Raiders. And at least give us credit. We lost to the Raiders in overtime. We at least, unfortunately, it shouldn't have been that. We should have taken care of them in regulation. But we got to overtime and then they won and they had some trick play on us and they got us. They got us. Y'all won. Y'all lost in regulation and by more points than we did. We lost by 6. Y'all lost by 9. We didn't even have our whole running backs team. Now, again, I know y'all had some TJ went out and y'all had a couple defensive people went out. But I'm saying nobody had grace for the Ravens when we lost to the Raiders. But all of a sudden, the Steelers lose and it's like, chirp, 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 cricket, 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 quiet. So I'm just saying, what had happened, boo?
It definitely was injuries. Killed our defense totally because before TJ went out, they couldn't do anything. They scored all field goals. The second half, when TJ came out of that game, our defense looked like a total different team. Like, it's okay though. It's good. It's all right. It's good. Our offense can't keep moving. Whatever reasons going on with our offensive line. I don't know whether the Raiders' defensive front is really that, or they played 2 offensive lines that's just not gelled yet. So I don't know. But yeah, our offensive line was not giving Ben the time to throw. They couldn't open the running lanes up. So yeah.
Well, I can tell you why the Steelers lost. They lost because number one, Ben Roethlisberger had to throw the ball 40 times. 40 times. And didn't even get 300 yards passes. 40 times. That is ridiculous to be throwing the ball 40 times, especially at 39 years old. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying, as you're not going to see Brady. You wouldn't see Drew Brees. You wouldn't see those guys throwing the ball.
We just saw Brady throw the ball 50 times.
Right, but he's not going to do that on the regular. Is what I'm saying.
He also has a better offensive line than Ben
did that. Ben did that almost all last year, and the offensive line wasn't as bad last year.
They was pretty bad.
And the fact that they held y'all to 39 yards rushing.
I'm just saying the Raiders seem to be a little more than what y'all thought, right?
No, not me. You said that to me. I never looked at the Raiders and was like, oh, no, I never did that. No, I ain't never do that. It shocked me that y'all lost because I thought that y'all actually was going to win the game.
So were you shocked that y'all lost?
When I seen it with the offense was producing, no. By the time third quarter, I was like, yeah, we're going to lose this game because we can't get nothing going.
Well, let me tell you one bright spot. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Because my one bright spot, it was actually one of my favorite individual plays of the weekend, was that Najee stiff arm, dude. That Najee stiff arm had me screaming. I love to see running backs stiff arm people. Like, he did that like what you said, William, on Bobby on my podcast. That Steve Smith, Najee he just threw the man off the field into the parking lot. I was like, the man got a family. He got to go home too. Oh, that thing was hilarious. I love to see that. I got to pull that clip up later on tonight.
I think Najee's going to be all right, though. I do. I think that kid is going to kill it this year still. And again, we only in week 2, so we're both 1-1. The Ravens are 1-1. Steelers 1-1. The Browns are 1-1.
We all 1-1, but the Ravens sitting on top right now.
I think the Bengals are 0-2, aren't they?
No, they 1-1.
No, they 1-1.
Oh, they 1-1.
The Bengals won their first game, so everybody in our division is 1-1. The Ravens are number 1.
Well, we all tied.
Was it the Browns or the Steelers number 2? I can't remember. I think the Steelers number 2, Browns 3.
No, we all tied for the same. We didn't even play no division games yet. So
no, we're all 1-1. But I'm saying the Ravens are sitting on top. But we're all 1-1. Yes.
Well, they probably going by difficulty of schedule. We've played the toughest team so far, the Chiefs. So, and obviously the Raiders are a tough team this year.
Well, I guess we played two tough teams too, allegedly.
Which
We
I kept
played
saying they were going to be.
the Bills and the Raiders.
Oh well, that's true. That is true. You guys played the Bills and the Raiders, so I don't know.
Who did the Bengals play week 1? Who the Bengals play week 1?
I don't remember. Let me look.
The Vikings.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they played the Vikings? Okay.
Yeah, they beat the Vikings 27-24.
How they play two NFC teams out the gate like that? Okay.
But that might be a good thing for them, though.
That one AFC loss gonna hurt us later on the season. But go.
Well, we have an AFC loss too, so.
Right, but beating the Chiefs is a big one, though. So I think that's going to actually really help us in the end. It was beating the Chiefs. So we got that out of the way. You guys, everybody else. Well, no, the Browns played them. They lost. So it's just going to depend upon what you guys
do. But the Steelers don't play until late in the season, so by that time they should have a bunch of healthy people back. Right, yeah. All right, tops of the week. I want you all to give me your top offense, defense players team. But we're going to start one at a time, though. So we're going to start with the defense, and I think I'll go first this time. I'm going to go with the Bills. They shut them out. Like, there's no need to even say anything more than that. They shut their team out and blew them out. So that's the shit with that right there. All right, Carl, who you got for defense?
I go with the Panthers. They shut down Jameis Winston and the Saints. I think they had a total of like 188 yards.
Now, if we could go back to the first podcast when I was saying all this stuff, I said that the Panthers were going to have an improved defense this year. Nobody's going to remember that, though. Go ahead, Regina. Who's your defense?
Well, no one ever said they had a bad defense, though. I don't think neither one of us said that.
Oh, you guys doubted me. Go back and watch the first one.
Okay.
Who? What team?
The Panthers defense.
I don't remember saying anything about the Panthers defense.
You guys, when I said that the Panthers defense was going to be much improved this year, you guys doubted me. I didn't say you guys said they were bad. I said that they were going to be much improved, and you guys doubted me.
I don't specifically remember saying anything about the Panthers.
I'll watch it later, though.
Go back and watch the first podcast. Who's your defense, team?
I'm gonna go with. Oddly enough, I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Let me not kid myself. I'm gonna go with the Ravens because the Ravens did what they were supposed to do. To the defense won that game for us in the end, which is a situation we found ourselves in all the previous other times, but this time they got it done by getting the fumble and getting the ball back for the offense. So I'm gonna give it to the Ravens for that particular play in the fourth quarter. They did what they were supposed to do.
That is true. Well, they played good in the fourth quarter period. They shut the Chiefs out in the fourth quarter. So.
Yeah, so I got to give it to them.
All right, offense. We're gonna start with Shaquan.
I give it to the Packers. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Yeah. They came about second half and was doing what he had to do.
Did he? Did he? All right, Regina, who's your offense?
So even though the Bills beat them 35-0, I'm going to give it to the Titans because they came back from a 30-17 deficit, and came back and won. So I think I might have to give it to the Titans.
I'm going to give mine to the Washington football team, just because of the fact that guy Heineke, I think, is going to be a good quarterback. He's not perfect. He made a couple of little mistakes, but the guy is precise. His decisions are on point. They're quick. He goes through his receivers fast. I think so. I see a lot of potential in that guy. I mean, everybody keeps saying, "Who are they going to get? Who are they going to get?" I think they probably should stick with Heineke for a while.
I agree.
And let him keep going. That's why I'm giving it to them. All All right, now we're gonna go player. This time we're gonna start with Gina.
So I have a couple of people here I want to pick. Um, so this is tops, right?
Right.
Okay, so for tops, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to. I'm just gonna be Homer, and I really don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Lamar right here because that dude dug himself out of a hole even after throwing two interceptions. He took the team on his back, and when we needed those first downs, he got it, particularly the one at the end to seal the win. So I'm going to have to give my tops to Lamar. He got that monkey off his back, off of our back. It ain't his. We all felt that monkey on our back.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally took the monkey off, put the team on it, and did what he had to do with his arms and with his legs. So I got to give it to him for beating what is arguably the best team in the AFC currently.
Okay. Jaquan, what you got?
Um, top player. I'll give it to Heineke.
Good choice.
He balled out against the Giants.
He did. He played. He played very well in that game. Like he looked so experienced. So yeah, that dude. I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed. But that's not who I picked. Who I picked for my top player is I can't even believe I'm saying this, but Derrick Henry. Mainly because of his offensive line, really, and I can't pick. I don't even
Oh
know
my
those guys.
God.
But
Give the boy his credit.
I'm about to do that. I'm going to give him his props. I'm going to give him his props. He did his thing. He had 35. First of all, that's a lot of carries in the game. He had 35 carries for 182 yards and averaged 5.2 yards a carry. And he
Wow.
had 3 touchdowns. And most of that
Was in the
was
second
in the
half.
second half. Right.
Right. That's crazy. That's the
So
part that's crazy.
yeah. So I'm gonna give Big Man his props. I'm gonna give it. See, I could be unbiased. All right, top teams of the week.
I
Start with
thought
you,
we did
Jaquan.
team.
No, we just did player. We did offense, defense, and player. Now it's team. Team as a whole. Go ahead, Jaquan.
All right, I can't believe I'm saying this. I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
I think I'm a vomit in my mouth when I say this. But I give it to the Ravens. They actually did better than I expected them to be. I thought that was going to be done by fourth quarter. So I give it to the Ravens.
Can we give him an applause for that? That hurt. That
Go
really
ahead,
did hurt.
baby. I
I
know
threw up
that
in,
was so hard.
I threw up in my mouth. I just threw up in my mouth. I vomited.
It's okay. You swallow it back down. You be all right.
His feet probably bleeding and everything. All right, go ahead, Gina. Who's your team?
Team. I'm going to give it to. I'm going to give it to the Panthers because, the previous week, the Saints was like marching in when the Saints go marching in the previous week with 5 touchdowns from Jameis and all that. And then this week, they got 7 points and the Panthers got 26. So they shut down the team that was on fire the previous week. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Panthers.
Okay. Well, my team is going to be the Packers. I actually originally was going to pick the Packers, but since she did, I'm going with the Packers. They showed that they're still here. They're still viable. Aaron is still a bad man. They showed that they scored a touchdown, at least one touchdown in every quarter of that game, and 2 in the third. So they did their thing. They definitely did their thing. Which brings us to the thug or the road.
I'm going first.
Okay. All right, Regina, we'll go ahead. Who was your thug?
My thug is away. Adafe. Away. That dude thugged out for us. He was the person who created both of those turnovers that we got off of the Chiefs, and he recovered the fumble himself that he created. So he got pressure. I mean, I can't even hardly remember when we've ever sacked Patrick Mahomes, and he actually sacked Patrick. Patrick threw the ball, but it led to that interception. And then he was the one that knocked the ball out of CEH's hand and then recovered it and gave us the ball back. So clearly, the thug this week was away, away.
Yeah, he only had 3 tackles, but he had a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, but he was just back there just doing stuff the whole time. He was all over the field. He's the one that caused that interception because he actually bumped Travis Kelsey at the line so he couldn't get to his route in time enough on the timing route. And that's why Tavon Young got the
Tavon, yeah.
interception. So yeah, that was definitely big. Who's your rug?
I'm gonna have to. Is this individual or team or either?
Either.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and give the rug to. I want to say the Steelers, but I really can't. So I'm gonna have to give it to the Dolphins because man, you didn't score. You didn't even get a field goal. Like you didn't even get a field goal. So you got zero, not a zilch, zero. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to them. They got walked all over in that game. They got walked right out of his stadium.
All right, Jaquan, who's your thug?
The oh, I was thinking. So it could be a team, right?
It could be a team or a player, or it could be a defense or offense. Either one you want to be.
I would give it to. I'm going. I'm still around with the Panthers. They did a pretty good job against Jameis in that game. I thought that was going to be. I don't know. I thought the Saints were going to blow them out. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I thought that was going to be like a 40 to like 17 type game. So yeah, I give it to the Panthers. They did a good job. Now for my rug,
Wait a minute,
I'm at
before you
the.
go on, let me ask this. Do you guys think there's an issue going on with the Saints offensive line now? Because they look really bad in that game. Normally they're right on top, but they look
Well, I
really bad in
told
that game.
you
Or was
before
it just that
this. Before
Panthers pass rush
this,
that just made it look that way?
I told you before the season started that the Saints offensive line wasn't that good. It was never really great.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to
Um,
pay close attention to that in this next game they play.
yeah, it was never really that great. Um,
All right, so who's your road?
my rug, I have to go with my own team on this one.
Wait a minute,
We
wait a minute. He picked the Ravens for a top, and he picked his own team for. Oh, we done made so many strides, so many
really,
strides.
Look
um,
at the baby, he growing up.
yeah, but that's okay though because we bouncing back next week. It's back on top, so don't worry.
Who
Minor
who are
fault,
y'all playing?
the Bengals.
Bengals.
Oh, okay. It's a division game though.
Yo, we
Yeah,
ready.
what if the
We want to
Bengals
smoke
beat
from last season.
you? Then what? Are you gonna be nervous if the Bengals beat you?
No, nervous for the season? No. It's
Okay.
week 3. I'm never nervous.
You're
If it's
right,
not
but
like
if you
week
lose to
11,
the Bengals, you don't think that's a reason to be nervous?
no, not to
His
me.
face, he's saying no, but his face
Right,
is
but his
not saying
voice,
no.
you're right, his voice is like, no. You went up three octaves.
All right, so my thug is the Ravens, just for simply getting that monkey off of their back. Just that. That's it. That's all it was for them. My rug. Hmm. That's a tough one. Wow. My rug. Um. I'm going to give it to the Bears because I feel like their defense is too good to look like that. Like their defense is just way too good to look like that. Now I understand the offense was a little bit of slow. Dalton got hurt, so backup come in. He hasn't been taking snaps with the first team. I
And
get
you
all of
get
that stuff.
exhausted when your offense can't stay on the field. You get
Right.
exhausted.
Well, that's true. That's true. That is true. But still, they didn't even look crisp in the beginning of the game though. To me, like they just
He threw a
didn't.
pick six.
Oh
Joe Burrow. They made him throw a pick six.
no, the Bears.
They made Joe Burrow throw a pick six.
Right. He had three, right?
Yeah, he had three interceptions.
I'm sorry, I must be looking at the wrong week. I apologize. I was looking at the wrong week. So my rug is going to be. I was looking at the wrong week of games. That's ridiculous. My rug is going to be the Falcons because they've been bad every year since the Super Bowl, since they went to the Super Bowl, and I don't know that they're coming back from that. Not with their current roster.
Yeah.
Anyway, they don't have any. But well, I'm not gonna say they don't have anybody on defense. They do have a couple of good players on defense. They lost a couple,
I mean, has
but they.
Kyle Pitts done anything since he been there?
I haven't seen them. I was
I haven't
looking for
heard
that.
anything.
Yeah, I was looking for that. I haven't seen them do anything. That's why I don't think you should hype these people up like that because the NFL is different than college. Way different. Completely different. But speaking of teams, we're gonna go to move on to our particular pick. It's only 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see, who did I leave off with? Jaquan. So we're gonna start with Regina. Colts, Titans.
Wow, that's very easy for me now. With Wentz being hurt, no, I think the Colts, are the
They
team
still have that
itself
defense.
overall is good, but with Eason or Ellinger, I'm not seeing either
No,
one
it's
of
Easton.
them.
The other guy's hurt. He's out.
Oh, okay, so then I mean, by far and away the Titans.
But listen, you know that now that Wentz is hurt, Easton's going to be taking snaps with the first team this week in practice, and the Colts already have a good defense. You don't think that's going to make a difference?
It could, but I don't know against the Titans because they're on the roll now. I don't. Are they? Is the Colts going to be able to stop DH?
Or the Titans? Is that Titans defense going to be able to stop anybody?
Yeah, I'm still thinking Titans.
Taylor.
I don't even feel shaky about that. But hopefully it'll be a good game.
It should be. It's a division game. This is definitely going to be a good game. All right, Jaquan, who you got?
The Titans.
Okay. I'm going with the Colts. Chargers, Chiefs. Jaquan.
Now that's a good one.
I think the Chiefs is bad. They're gonna blow the Chargers out. It's gonna be like 56-7. I'm trying to tell you.
Now, but you remember the NFL was a copycat league, so they're gonna look at what the Ravens did in the fourth quarter. And I don't know that they exactly have that personnel to do that, but they definitely gonna try it.
I don't think that's gonna make a difference because Andy Reid changes his plays up every single week, so he's gonna
Not
show
Andy
them
Reid.
bursts.
We got to stop giving Andy Reid the credit for this offense.
Well, he's the head coach.
I get that, but
He is the genius of the offense, which is why he's genius.
I don't recall any team coached by Andy Reid ever being this good on defense. Not ever. I think at least half of the credit. Yes, I think at least half of the credit should go to Eric Bieniemy. Go ahead.
Eric Bieniemy, whatever. They gonna change it up next week.
What do you think, Regina? Chargers, Chiefs.
So of course I'm thinking what's going on with the running game because we all know you can run against the Chiefs. So they got Austin Eckler, dude. I mean, I don't know too much about the backup, Justin Jackson, or Joshua Kelly. Y'all know anything about them?
I've heard of Joshua Kelly. He's a rookie.
I heard Justin Jackson.
Austin Eckler, so
he's good.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's good, so he should be able to get some runs in on them. And of course, my boy Keenan Allen.
And he's very fast.
Yeah, Keenan Allen, who I love in person and in fantasy in particular.
Mhm.
Um, and then I also like the fact that they got that Rashawn Slater, the left tackle,
Mhm.
who actually
Mhm.
shut down uh, Chase when they played Washington. That dude shut down Chase, like all the way shut down Chase.
Yeah, I know because I didn't get any points for the
Yeah,
CP.
so like that was impressive to me. Um, and then Justin Herbert, Jared Cook. So even though the Chargers stunk this past week, I think that they will be back, and they will definitely. Now I'm not as sure about their defense though. Is Joey Bosa playing, or is he
Fine.
hurt?
Not that
Okay,
I know of.
so Joey, so I'm thinking the Chargers will be back. I think that, and that is a division rival game. So this is very hard to say. And you will want to say it's the Chiefs because they want to do a SmackDown. But I'm going to go out on the limb. Now, it didn't work for me when I went out on the limb last week, but I'm going to try it again and go out on the limb and say the Chargers.
Okay. Um, I think the so Keenan Allen is one of the most okay.
Prolific wide receivers.
He's one of the most underrated wide receivers. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. He's one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league. And Eckler's good. He's fast, but the Chiefs are at home. That's
Okay,
the
but you didn't say that
only
part, though. You
reason.
didn't even say that part.
That's the only reason I'm going to pick the Chargers. Well, the second team is always the home team. That's the only reason I would pick the Chiefs is because they're at home. Because they know each other. It's a division game. So it's just the fact that they're at home. Washington football team, Bills. That should be another really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
Who
Regina.
you?
Washington football team and Bills. I like Heineke, but Bills got the better QB, and they got. I think their defenses. Let me see whose defense that I think is better. Well, Chase got shut down by Slater, but everybody don't have a Slater. So that's going to be a good one. I'm gonna have to go with Bills. I think they're going to continue. I don't think it's is anybody on that team I think can shut down Stephon Diggs. I'm going to go with the Bills.
Well, when I think about stuff like that, I think about not necessarily shutting down Stephon Diggs, but getting to Allen. That they can do.
He's hard to bring down though. Allen is mobile. Allen is very mobile, and if
Yes.
you get to him, he's hard to bring down. He reminds me of Ben Roethlisberger in that aspect,
Yeah.
but he knows how to get out of the way. He definitely he's a mobile QB. So, I still got the Bills.
All right, Jaquan, what about you?
Um, I'm definitely leaning towards. Only reason why I'm leaning towards the Washington football team is because they have a front four that they can rush and get after Josh Allen just like we did. And when you see when he does that, he makes mistakes and he can't throw the ball right. He can't stay up on his feet, and he fumbles easily as well. I don't know.
I thought you were ready to go.
I
He
was.
said all that and then said, "I
Right.
don't know."
Who home? The Washington football team?
Bills.
Oh gosh.
So you up there with the Bills
But
Mafia?
it's not cold yet though, so I don't even think
I
that
mean,
really
no.
makes a
Well,
difference.
cold don't make a difference because they live in Maryland too.
But
But
it's still the Bills Mafia.
I'm gonna go with the Bills.
They are fanatics.
Okay. I'm gonna go that's just a really good one. I feel
Is that a
like
425 game? Because I need to see that game.
um
I really need to see that one.
that's a 1 o'clock game.
Oh, that sucks.
So why would you not see it?
We play at 1 o'clock.
Watch Red Zone. Anyway,
Who watches Red Zone when their team is actually playing?
I'm just telling him to do that.
Really?
So I think that front four is good, and you guys were able to get to him, but it's something that even though that Washington front seven is really good, one thing that you all have that they don't have is Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward is like a very underrated lineman, and he causes all types of heck on that line. You got to double team him. You got to be looking out for him. And they have some good ones, but not like that. So I'm
He
going with the
scores
Bills.
good fantasy points too.
Oh, Cam Hayward?
Yep.
Because he's always doing
IDP.
something. He's a pain in the butt when you play the Steelers. He is. He really is. All right, Bucks Rams, Jaquan. That is going to be. I got to watch that. I mean, well, at least on that's
That's
the
a
425
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could watch that. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Okay.
I think their defense is going to, you know, they're going to. Yeah, I don't know. Wait a minute. I might be changing my thought.
How do you sound so confident at the confident at the
Because I had
outset?
to think about. I was thinking, and then I thought about the weapons that Tom Brady has.
What about
But
the
their
Bucks defense, though?
defense, I know their defense has been looking very not right. I'm gonna go with the Rams. I'm sticking with the Rams.
All right, Regina, who you got?
Well, at the end of the day, it's very hard to bet against Tom Brady, um, and Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown and Mike Evans. It's very hard to bet against them. Um, but I mean, I don't know what y'all mean about the Tampa Bay defense has been looking sus. It hasn't been looking sus in the last two games I've seen. Um, so, and it's just again, it's very hard to bet against Brady. I wouldn't be mad if the Rams won, but I'm going with the fact that this is the better QB. That's just a complete team. Offensively, they are 100% complete. I gotta go with the Buccaneers.
Well, I'm going to say that the Bucks are 2-0, but they play Atlanta, um,
And your
and
boys.
and the Cowboys. The Cowboys have okay defense. Atlanta has no defense.
Right?
Of course, they're going to look good against those teams. The offense is going to look good against those teams. I don't know what he saw in the Bucks defense. It looked like they're still playing pretty well to
I
me.
mean, they barely beat Dallas, though. I mean, barely.
But
So
Dallas's
Dallas is a good
offense
team.
is powerful.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They barely beat them.
I think that see, here's my issue. I don't know what the Rams running back situation is going to be because I think you can run on the Bucks, although Dallas couldn't. But that
You
was a
cannot
different
run on
story.
the Bucks. The Bucks have had the
One of
number
the
one
best
defense.
running defenses.
I
Yeah.
I I I think you can still run with the style of the run that the Rams, like people like the Rams, us, um, and a few other teams, the way they run the ball, I think you can run on the Bucks with those type of teams. They just haven't faced those teams. But it's in LA. And
SoFi, that stadium is bomb.
did they play at SoFi yet this year?
No.
Yeah. Their last game was at SoFi. This week's game, this past week game was at SoFi. But I think they probably been planning for this game. Like they'll practice for the team ahead, and then the last half an hour, all right, that's practice for the Bucks. Like probably since preseason. So, and you know everybody goes hard at the defensive champion. Is their offensive line good enough to keep 99 in check? I'm going with the Bucks.
Isn't Daryl Henderson hurt? Isn't
I
he
don't
hurt?
know. I don't
think
know.
he's
I
like
know.
hurt some kind of way. I think I heard something about him being hurt, which that'll leave them with Xavier Jones and Jake Funk. Not even sure who that is.
Oh
I've
wow,
never heard of him. He must be a
never,
rookie.
never heard none of them.
So I don't know. I don't know about that running. I mean, Cooper Cup is going to get his, but I don't know about that. They got
Would you
Robert
put Cooper Cup
Woods,
there
Deshaun
with
Jackson.
the top wide receivers? Is he a top 5, top 10, top 20?
I mean,
Top 15.
I almost want to say a top 10. I had him on the bench in fantasy this week. Why I do that, Lord? I put him, but I had a good reason. I put him on the bench because he was playing. He was playing a good defense. But that wasn't even it. It wasn't Cooper Cup. It was the fact that Tampa Bay was playing the Falcons, who
Yeah,
has no defense. So I
right.
put AB in. I put AB in and put Cooper Cup on the bench.
But
That was
but see,
not the
when
right
you have
decision.
a player from the Bucks team on your fantasy, you don't know who the person's going to be that week.
Right,
So
right.
it's a guessing game. Same thing with it's a pretty safe bet with Mahomes and Kelsey with the Chiefs. But after that, you just don't know. And with the Bucks, if it's not Brady, you just don't know. They have too
And
much
Cooper
talent.
Cup had 38 points, and AB had
Ooh,
like 2.9 points or
Who the
something.
Rams
It was
play?
sad.
last week,
They
which
Yeah,
we
played
just passed, they beat
the
the Colts. That's
why
a
do I
pretty good
remember
beat.
that game? Okay.
All right, so the NFL put some games on the schedule. Man, they just gonna keep you captured this year. Packers 49ers. I'll go first this time. Historically, the 49ers have given the Packers all types of problems. I don't think that the 49ers this year are as good as they were a year before last yet. And I don't count last year because of all the injuries they had. Not yet. They probably could get there. Kittles hasn't done much yet. So they still have a long way to go. Um, but the Packers, Zarius Smith is out. The Packers don't have a defense. I'm going with the
right
49ers.
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 It's funny how they missing that ex-Raven, ain't it? That's that's the thing. That's the if you have an ex-defensive player from the Ravens, you got something good. But folks, this was great. It was fun. It was entertaining. I thank both of you for being on tonight. Um, Anything you guys want to say before we close out?
I'm looking for the
No, the
Ravens to be in
Steelers
the
are
Super Bowl.
winning.
Say it again.
What?
Wait, I didn't hear.
The,
Both of you talked. Go ahead, Carl. What did you say?
the Steelers will win Sunday. We will be 2-1.
Maybe.
The
What you say, Gina?
Ravens are going to the Super Bowl. That's what I said.
I know that's right. How
I
about
don't
a
know about
Ravens?
that, but okay.
How about a Ravens Cowboys Super Bowl? Wouldn't that be nice? No,
I would
The
like the
Cowboys is
The
not going to the Super
Ravens
Bowl.
and Seahawks.
All right, keep hating on my boys. Anyway, thank you both for being here. I appreciate it. Again, folks, you can watch this on YouTube at No Pro Football Show. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you ask questions, and if your question is good enough, I will bring it on to the podcast and mention your name and all, so you get credit for the question. Make sure you comment if you don't ask the question. And Regina, anything you want to close out with?
Yep. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at She Talks Football with only one L at the end. Twitter would not let me put two L's. It said it was too many characters. Come on. So it's She Talks Football, one L. And then you'll be able to catch my podcast on the Undroppables platform. The Undroppables, you can follow them on Twitter and YouTube. I actually have an episode that is already out there. So you can check that out. And actually, Bobby here from the No Pro Football Show was one of the guests on my episode. And you'll also be able to see it on my own personal She Talks Football YouTube page, which is called She Talks Football. And you'll be able to hear the audios on wherever you listen to, wherever Anchor actually shoots out its audio platforms too.
All right, Jaquan.
No, I don't have anything to say.
I want you to get a Twitter, sir. So that way,
At the
if
very
people have
least.
questions, like you could post
I have a
yourself.
Twitter. I follow both of y'all on my Twitter.
Okay, then what's
Oh,
your
we
Twitter?
didn't change our names. I just noticed that too. Yeah.
Yeah, what's your
Oh,
Twitter?
my Twitter is at Jaquan625.
All right, folks. Thank you. You guys have a blessed night, and I pray for all the safety of all the players and frankly, all the people in the crowd when they go to the game. Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.